Hi guys, it's me, Penelope. Welcome back to my channel. This week, I want to talk about archetypes. And I don't know if you know about this, all of you INFP, MBTI fiends. Eventually I'm going to talk about Enneagram, I believe. But for now, I really want to talk about archetypes. Archetypes are, to me, extremely interesting because unlike typology, they don't put you in a box, which is sometimes what I feel happens with MBTI, Myers-Briggs, and I like to use it to give an idea of how normally I communicate and how normally I perceive life and what makes me different from maybe other people, but I don't like the idea that it's putting me in static, right? Which is impossible because I'm alive. Archetypes! It's interesting to see which one is at play in your life, which one, tries to control you, which one is tugging at your skirt or pants, really wanting your attention. You know, it's always very interesting. So in this video, I'm gonna start by talking with, that would be so interesting. By talking about the innocent archetype. So people who have, well, we all have the innocent archetype, obviously, but some of us have it more at play, more present, more prominent than others. This archetype can be sort of rounded up by many words, many words. The ones that really stand out the most are naivete, optimism, innocence, happiness, good and bad. With the archetypes, you have a travel thing that happens, and you start at the innocent, which is why it is so kid and childlike. But it's when nothing has ever gone wrong and all you want is to do good and be good and feel happy. You don't want to be punished. You don't want to be bad. It's very simple. You're also very naive, but this makes you incredibly optimistic. A bundle of positivity, and you're very hopeful, which is beautiful. People who are still in the innocent phase are not adults. They have not taken any responsibility. They are still dependent. They haven't learned from their lessons or they can neglect any part of their lives that they feel doesn't make them happy, that they feel they don't want to deal with. They're like in their world, you could say. And as long as they're fine and everything is happy and beautiful and bright and they're safe and all of that, nothing else exists. If you're an innocent, you have a tendency to ignore problems, to ignore conflict, to ignore responsibility and anything that demands something out of you. If you're stuck there, I think that it would be interesting for you to really explore the innocent and its flaws, but also to explore the orphan, which I will talk about in the second video on archetypes. And when you go into the archetype of the orphan from the innocent, which is what everyone, not necessarily everyone does, but it's the natural order of things, it could help you by exploring this archetype to get out of this innocent tone. If you have some innocent in you, which I do have, I still do have a lot of innocent, and I think it was so prominent, I think a couple of years ago, I was really into the innocent archetype, and it made me a little childlike, and I realized that lots of things hurt me when I looked outside of myself, and lots of things were deceiving, and I didn't want to deal with it. But I was young, right? And when you're young, that's what happens. I was like 19, 20, something like that. And I have changed. But anyway, those are the cues to look for if you want to know if the innocent is really playing a big part in your life. But also, if the innocent is a part of you that you've really repressed, then it might be the one tugging at your skirt that you need to develop. So maybe you've gone through a journey. I suggest looking at my other video that I have posted this week, which explains the journey of the archetypes, the normal journey. But if you're someone who's very much into another archetype that maybe is conflicting with the innocent, like the warrior or the destroyer, well, you should do some exercises on that. Because the innocent has many qualities that are important, right? It trusts, it hopes, and it is optimistic. And without those qualities, it can be very, very hard to go on happily in life. I think that the innocent has the recipe to making life bright and colorful and exciting. You know, if you're someone who's always pessimistic and who's often not impressed by anything anymore, and who's often distrustful and insecure and sees life as something that is very dark or very gray but never white, you should definitely explore the innocent archetype. Maybe you should heal some trauma from your childhood. Maybe you should revisit your childhood and see why you're not letting the inner child, the inner kid, the one who trusted and hoped, play in your life. I think it would be interesting to do that. By doing that, by sort of waking up your child and letting it play within you, I think it could heal you a little bit. Now I am going to tell you some archetypes, some innocent archetypes, because I think it's really fun. I think that, well, Disney as a company in general is very innocent. I don't know if you've watched The Little Princess, but Sarah, who is the main character, I believe is very much an innocent. Forrest Gump, that's another one that really pops to my mind, mind. And I don't know, I'm not sure about this one, but I would even say Captain America. Maybe a bit less at the end, but he still has a lot of innocent, but in the beginning, yeah, like definitely Captain America. You know what? Captain America. So with these 4 examples, it's just to give you a little idea of what the innocent is and feels like. I hope you liked this video. I hope you learned something, and have a really nice week. See you in 2 weeks, because I am moving next week, so I won't be able to record, but I'll be there in 2 weeks. Thank you so much for watching, and have fun. Bye!